no particular order. Luke told me that I'm going to have to somehow condense my 1 to 2 hour typical speeches that I'm so good at into 5, 10, 15 minutes. And the second one was the day that I was told to investigate 9/11. And truly, in none of my work have I actually really gotten into 9/11 because it was quite a touchy subject for me. And I decided not to stop where most people stopped, investigating 9/11. I didn't stop at the particles, I didn't stop at the physical world. I kept investigating it into the soul. So really to just jump right into it, I do get asked quite a lot, what do I believe was actually the cause of September 11th? And without getting into facts, figures, dates, details, numbers, things like that, really what I believe, and I hope all of you can remain a little bit open. I don't really try to boost my popularity by telling people what they want to hear. I try to speak from the heart and make it out of my conferences and my presentations alive. So, I truly believe that in some way we have lost our humility as a species. We have lost our sanity in some ways. And what I mean by that is we haven't even understood, we have lost the ability to understand in some way, shape, or form that we as a species and all other species are symbiotic. We are dependent, utterly dependent upon a balance of nature. And that balance of nature is so important that we are tipping it to one side because all we see is life, all we see is prosperity, all we see is growth, and we forget that nature has a sister, and it's an inevitable sister to growth, life, and prosperity, and that's death, destruction, decay. These things that we typically look at as evil and negative, but it's a product of nature. If you were to step off a building and hate gravity because it brought you down to the ground and killed you, who do you have to blame? Are you going to blame nature? So, what my work actually gets into is I get quite a lot of people asking me, what can we do from this point on to prevent another September 11th from ever happening? And in many ways, as I said before, I try to look past the physical. I try to look past the names, the dates, the figures, the facts, the numbers. What I actually look past, because I'm not even really interested in answering that question anymore, because I'm actually interested in what lies behind that question, what actually drives that question. What I see actually driving that question is fear and paralysis in many ways. The fear is within all of us, because many of us know what happened. We may not know all the facts, figures, dates, and numbers, but we know how it affected us. That is our reality. We are dealing with our reality every single day. So let's deal with that. Let's not forget that we are individuals. Every single one of us out here may not have had a family member or a close loved one that has died, but it affected us. Let's not forget that we are individuals, that we need to somehow process this information, and we need to learn how to move forward into this world, this post-9/11 world. So, with that, what I find is that fear is us not wanting to look at the message from nature about September 11th. Most of the times, we just want to look at the messengers of September 11th and bring justice upon them, bring vengeance upon the messengers' heads. And that's something you'll find on CNN, you'll find on Fox, you'll find on MSNBC, you'll find on all those news stations. But the actual message from nature about September 11th is about our society, our civilization, and the way that we are living, co-inhabiting this planet with other species, with our ecosystems, and with ourselves. So beyond that, I believe we can learn quite a bit from September 11th. And I'm not talking about the political or the religious ideology. None of that. We can actually learn about the subtle messages of nature from September 11th, because I believe September 11th actually woke us out of our insanity for a brief moment. Just for a very brief moment. So we actually, for once in our lives, saw the world in the condition that it actually is. Man waging war on man. A species born of nature, using all of its wit, all of its intelligence, all of its resources, all of its biological energy to what? To murder its own brothers and sisters. Is that natural? Not at all. We actually live in a world now where the most prosperous nations are measured not by the heart, not by the soul, not by love, not by ethics or morals, but by military, weaponry, technology, and defense. Meaning, most prosperous nations nowadays are measured by two things: how well they can kill and how well they can keep from being killed. This planet is an organism, whether you want to agree with that or not. This planet is alive, it is conscious, it is aware of what's plaguing it. And right now, our behavior, not humanity, but our behavior in many ways is plaguing this planet. And we see the effects of this all around. And we can do something about this. We will do something about this. But first, we have to be real about what's actually happening. In many ways, we think that situations and the actual conditions of this planet are getting better. But when I look around, I actually see that there's more famine, poverty, slavery, bigotry, hatred, racism, sexism, separatism, moral depravity, ethical poverty, depression, hopelessness, anxiety, despair, fear, panic than ever before. And mostly, what I also see is the fact that we haven't even solved the most basic of human issues, because we're convinced that somebody, somewhere out there, preferably a politician, a lawyer, a doctor, a scientist, a philanthropist, somebody's going to take care of this problem for us. So all we have to do is just sit back and just sit in our recliner and take care of the problems that really matter nowadays. Should I watch Jersey Shore or 2.5 Men? Or Rescue Me? So really, I mean, from this point on, civilization, and this is where my work really comes into play, civilization has proven time and time again, as it grows in complexity, as the technological, the scientific, and the medical advancements flourish throughout a massive empire. No matter how much you try and reinforce that infrastructure to hold up this massive empire, we will never escape the fact that all of it rests upon a foundation of the quality of the hearts and minds of men. All of it. That is the fabric, that is the glue that holds societies together. What good is all of our technology? What good is all of our medical enhancements? What good is all of this if we murder what truly makes a human a human? Because let's be real, in this post-9/11 world, things aren't going to change by wishing the world would go back to the way that it was before. That's the world that reflects our illness. Things aren't going to change that way. If we go back to that world, if we sink back into the insanity that we call our normal lives prior to 9/11, then nature's going to send us yet another message. This time it's going to be a lot closer to home and a lot more profound. Because we need to start looking into the heart for some of these answers. And I absolutely agree with absolutely everyone that was speaking today. We need action. But we need simultaneous action with the heart. We need to understand ourselves. Because if there's no quality of human existence, if our humanity suffers, if the hearts and minds of men fail, then what are we truly saving with all this technology? What are we truly saving? What are we here for? So, really, to end this, I personally am going to be giving every single inch of myself from now until my last breath to truly change things. Not Barack Obama change, actual change. To truly change things towards peace, love, prosperity. For all life, not just humans. I don't make distinctions between species. All life. Because that is what I'm here for, and I invite everybody here to join me. Everybody here that's here to speak, everyone here to listen, everyone here that got lost on the way to the mall, everybody here, I invite you to join me, please. So I'm going to end this ridiculously long rant with a quote from Eric Fromm, and I end all of my presentations this way. Love is the only sane and satisfactory answer to the problem of human existence. I'll say that one more time, and please, let it sink in. Love is the only sane and satisfactory answer to the problem of human existence.